bunch of purifies. This is going to be a slaughter fest here, I think, for both to get through to this point. There was a sticking point for Team Falcons at one point. They've managed to get through it by a little bit. Now can they equalize the series? The Champions Arena looks like there's life now on Team Falcon's side here. Hopefully they can get another game under their belt and bring us closer to that full series.
All right, here we go. It's really going to be very determinant on how the Atlas and the Glue play against each other. Super Marco, again, going to be a very demanding game for him, honestly. Love the picks that you have. You forgo crowd control for damage, meaning that makes it harder for your mid laner, or excuse me, your gold laner to operate during team fights. Up against a lineup that has a lot of dive. So Haji and Ogwin need to slow down JP and Sanji as much as they can, similar to what they did in the previous game.
Whoop! Already a little bit of a skirmish in mid. Haji put down a third of his health. But this will send Sanji home. Yeah. Unless, oh no, he's just Brave Smiting his way to staying.
Yeah, one of the advantages there, having the Brave Smite, especially with the Jushin, you know, you're constantly keeping the Lantern over someone anyway, whether that's the minions, whether that's the heroes here. JP making his way through. They have control, but this is one of the things too. Lilia, like we saw earlier in the season with Super Prince, you know, you're able to go at least kind of duel it out a little bit better from more of a safety vantage point. With Lilia, once you get the black shoes, there's something there that can be said that you can try to bait some of the resources out from TL.
Oh, look at that perfect match burst out of JP and Sanji. It's a deadlock. It's been a while since we've seen almost no one budging in the mid-roam duo.
Again, without an EXP laner similar to a Paquito, things do tend to slow down here. Ooh, good use of Purify.
Uh-oh. Haji went down to a 5th again. Tlph almost came in clutch for that engage.
Yeah, both Purifies used. Super Marco not making it easy for Teddy. Here comes Ogwin.
Oh, that's deep. Defensive use of the Valkyrie's Descent. And Ogwin will get away with it, wasting Teddy's ult.
Yeah, but that might have been enough time to go ahead and solidify TL's first turtle take.
Yep.
That was a bit of a distraction that Falcons had to deal with, so clean take on the turtle.
We didn't get to check in on Kyle so much. How did he get so delayed?
Tlph invade took away his Beetle. I can't recall if he took away his Golem. But Kyle, yeah, just was green camp short of being able to hit level 4.
Okay, so right now it's just a battle of attrition, these small little moves that TL is making now across the map. This is interesting though too, just because we haven't seen the YSS in the jungle too much, you know, and in this case, the matchup between the YSS and the Fredrn, you know, you have back-to-back games for Tlph on the Fredrn from game 1 to game 2, and now you've got back-to-back for Kyle from 3 to 4.
Ooh. Well, they both hurt.
Lantern Flare on Haji. Refuses to press the black shoes, instead uses a regeneration. Liquid are so used to playing the slow style too.
Yeah. It's slow, but it's still fast because of how fast the YSS farms.
Mountain Shocker takes down Ogwin. Sanji draws first blood.
That's one of the difficult things, right? When there's a glue across from you, there's always that potential to kind of cause some chaos in those team fights, and then before you know it, you're being brought back, and then you can't escape.
Ogwin looked disappointed in himself that he gave away such a meaningless kill.
Not to mention using the flicker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Committed the flicker as well.
Especially now that he has a level 4, he's got the Fatal Link, so there's no surprise factor for more so about a minute and a half or so for this, but they try to make a play. They do get the beacon out from Sanji, so that's one of the strengths of the Fredrn. You know, you can kind of swoop in, try to get that energy eruption off. That doesn't happen, but yes, not much happening in the early game, but despite it all, TL builds a bit of a lead.
With not much happening, I'm expecting at least Kyle to have good pathing. It seems like more than once now he's gone back and forth.
Yeah, it's just too fast with how Tlph is farming that Kyle doesn't have any room. The slight bits of counter juggling, taking away a green camp here and there. Again, so much more easier and so much faster for a YSS to farm. Now with a Hunter Strike rush by Tlph, this could actually be a big win for Team Liquid Philippines if Tlph can hit a big stun.
Turtle number 2, started up by Liquid, slight pull, and it looks like Falcons are considering should they engage. Ogwin does not have a flicker just yet. Holding on to the Fatal Links. Sanford comes through from the top. And in comes the Black Dragon form. Looking for targets. Turtle very low. Into the back line. Tlph secures it. And they dogpile on the flap, forcing him to flicker back. Didn't even get the Dark Wave. And now Ogwen's going to be up next. Lantern Flare right into the ground. 2 for none, plus the turtle. It's all Liquid.
Surprising to me that Flap still went into the backline of Tlph, went into their formation. Whether it was their bait play, Ogwen did end up getting some fatal links in, but they don't have the damage just yet for the rest of the members of Team Liquid Philippines. Yes, Haji is hurting Sanji, but with the glue, with the Yuzhong, it's not enough.
Oh, attempt down here. Push him off the tier 1 up top. Kyle's going to swoop in. They want to fight this one out. Looks like they're on Sanji. Is he going to be able to get away here? He doesn't have the Purify.
He already used it up, and now Ogwen looking for it. Not necessary. Just the freeze. We're going to finish the job, and they put a kill on a Marco.
Yeah, now they cut because JP and Teddy are forced to try and take that Flap against Carl.
Uh-oh. 1v1 TZ brothers. And Flap gets on out of there.
They're just saying hi, you know? Former teammates at one point. No kill secured there.
We'll be teammates again.
Yeah, that's true. Flap, though, on this Phobius.
That's the name of their team.
TZ Brothers.
Oh, it is TZ Brother. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The qualifiers for
ENC.
ENC, right.
We're saying.
I was just saying, you know, Flap, big part of this on this Phobius. He's going to be that front line for this team. Obviously, a lot of excited Ogwen, but I think, as we usually see with the Atlases so far, you know, not only that Fatal Links kind of being the big setup, but you've got to burn these Purifies out from Sanji and Teddy if you can.
Oh! Talking about Teddy, Valkyrie's descent right into Marco's face. Marco running through it. Sanji comes in from the flank, takes him down. 2v1, successful gank.
I guess that's what we were talking about when we mentioned earlier. Carl TZ said he wanted to see a little more spunk from Teddy. Well, there it is. He's quite aggressive on the Freya.
Yeah. Also knew that with Sanji rotating topside, there would be a sure kill for them. Great call by Liquid.
And now they go straight for the turtle. Hat trick for the cavalry. Very little from Falcons.
This is such a weird pacing that we're seeing right now in this game. For right now, Kyle in trouble.
JP with the mount. In comes the Black Dragon form. Kyle gets squished. Marco from the left. This is very bad underneath tier 1. JP gets taken down. Haji scores. Valkyrie's descent coming through. That triggers Flap's Infernal Pursuit. And he goes for another one. Flap flickers back. Just too much damage from Liquid's front line.
Yeah, good thing he didn't commit that. He would not have survived, and it would have been another meaningless kill. JP, though, of course, went down as he was absorbing the hits from the turret. Team Liquid Philippines. I think Carl TZ specifically just out-rotated Kyle of the jungle. Hurt Falcons in the long run.
Oh, they're on 40. Ogwen and Marco.
Oh, Dragon.
And Marco gets it.
That's what they need. Marco might be one of the cases again, just like we saw in the previous game, where they're going to rely on this carry to scale up the way they are.
Oh, Sanji sniffed him out, stopping Marco and Ogwen's recall. And that's it. Lantern Flare, 6 feet under.
That was just a great read by Liquid. Crimson Beacon, closing it out. They knew that they were there. That's why I was wondering if Super Marco and Ogwen didn't realize that they could just walk back. They should have.
Probably the safer route.
Yeah, I don't think they can. They're not exactly reading JP's and Sanji's rotations right now.
Yeah, this puts Tlph now up almost 3,000 gold, approaching that point. Very low kill game, but it's more so a game across the map is what we're seeing here. This will all lead into that first Lord take. Once it's up, you're thinking Team Falcon's in a position to actually go ahead and contest it. You know, you got 2 big items for Super Marco, but if he's caught out without the Purify, as we've seen, there's just a little bit too much crowd control to deal with here from Team Liquid, especially, once again, dealing with a Jushin in the hands of Sanji.
Really feels like that YSS was a checkmate response to the Fredrn jungle, just with rotational speed alone. And of course, with Carl TZ being proactive. Okay, Fatal Links used, but Sanji uses Purify for that.
1 for 1. Can Falcons even use it to reposition? They pull out a Crimson Beacon out of Sanji.
That's actually pretty good for Team Falcons, though. Right now, TL still has control, though. There was a push by Super Marco in it. I guess that's enough information for TL just to blitz down the Lord, and they take the tier 2 on the top side. So, despite that, they look to put more pressure on the purple side of the jungle of Team Falcons. No commit, though.
Yeah, no Fatal Links from Ogwen, so he couldn't try and make something happen. Just a bit of freeze and a bit of peel to send Liquid back. Ice Queen 1 for Sanji. So for the map looks good for Liquid. Teddy's been very active. and this has just provided so much space for Carl.
Teddy's applied the right amount of pressure. It's not like he's actively looking for fights.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just pops the form.
Yeah, he's just doing what needs to be done where he goes. And that's what made the map so small for Falcons now. Oh, Mountain Shocker. Liquid are saying we want this tier 1. In comes the Black Dragon form. And then they dive in. Valkyrie's Descent. Sanji gets taken down. And now there's another one in JP. Falcons are running it. Sanford very low. Glooms underneath that half dragon. Super Marco wailing away. Finds him. Double kill for Bulletproof. And that's a 3 for none. The punish on the tier 1 push.
Talk about greedy. But still, the tower up top is going to get pushed in by the Lord. Cartese is getting chased by Kyle.
Okay, they send Flap to take care of the marching pusher. And in mid, they continue. Kyle versus Carl, the man-to-man. In comes Teddy with a Valkyrie Descent, Mount Shucker. Teddy, defensive use of it, and Carl gets taken down between 3 members of Falcons. Might have been too much even for the GOAT.
The plan was there, but it was stopped in its tracks by Ogwin and the rest of Team Falcons.
Super Marco popped his Purify so that when he would get hit by the turtle boat, and it did, he would not get stunned. He'd take the damage, but at least he still got the free hit. And of course, a momentary taunt as well coming out from Kyle was perfect.
And again,
energy eruption, right?
Yeah, energy eruption.
Just remembered it now.
He erupted the energy, man. That was just good defense for Super Marco. That's why we were saying earlier for this game as well. They want to go ahead and lean towards Super Marco on this carry to actually carry through the game, get to that point. So now it's them trying to put pressure on the purple buff of Carl-Tz, but he is going to go ahead and secure it. They will disengage from that. Look at the positioning from Sanford here. It's TL playing in a different way in this one. They sort of have to. That's what we're seeing them throughout this game. They can't just brunt force push their way forward against Team Falcons.
They can do it against the 6 other franchises in the league, but not against Falcons, not against their fated rival in the Clash of Titans. They have to evolve.
Still a massive lead that Falcons needs to chip through for the jungler. And I'm not talking about items, I'm talking about EXP. You cannot go full commit into Lord fights with Kyle 2 levels down to Carl-Tz. That's why I think Falcons are now going to have to take the next few moments, seeing if, even though they look better on the defense, if they can get an odd pick or 2, recover, recalibrate, and then try to build an advantage through there, because retro battles are just going to favor Carl-Tz.
Oh, are they going to go for Teddy? They're collapsing over on Teddy on the bottom side. Both Ogwin and Super Marco are there. Lord is up. Teddy wants to keep putting pressure on this side of the map, so JP goes to potentially support him, but they'll keep Teddy there.
And Carl-Tz will leave this chubby wave up top for Falcons to deal with, as they seem to pivot straight for the Lord push.
Yeah, both side lanes being pushed. This is a clear sign for Liquid to just go.
And they're going. A third of the Lord down. Mount Shocker plus Black Dragon form committed already. There's the Fatal Links. Where's the response? Carl-Tz secures it, and now they collapse onto JP. Flap takes him down. Crimson Beacon out of Sanji, already used to Purify. And Marco throws out these light wheels like there's no tomorrow. Sanford backs off. 2 kills for the Lord.
Again, you're seeing Team Liquid make the decision to, hey, zone them out while I secure the objective, and they want to disengage.
Carl-Tz compromised by Owen. Dark Wave plus the stop, serving up a kill to Super Marco. They push tier 2.
Do you know what this feels like? It feels like I'm watching Hachi back with Blacklist.
Oh man, it's a different style of play, and now the tier 3 turret in the mid lane of the base of TL is going to go down here.
Falcons demolished that inhibitor like it was nothing.
It was nothing, man. They can still got to deal with the Lord, but the Lords that TL has been taking pretty much resulted in nothing.
Because again, Falcons are so much better in the defense. They have a great counter punch, and they're playing around Marco. It's a Falcon-flavored ube. No healing, but it's just playing for your main core, not cores, core, with a Fredrn at the heart of it all.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like getting to that core of the kunafa.
Yeah.
What's a kunafa?
It's a Saudi Arabian delicacy.
Oh, is that the trending chocolate?
It's the one with pistachio. It is pistachio, but
yeah,
it's different.
One of these days, I'm going to try, what is that? Chewy cookie. The Dubai chewy
that's
cookie.
Dubai.
Isn't that the same thing? Kunafa?
No.
Okay, well.
A few Habibis have just got, Habibi, what?
I'm sorry. I need to be educated. Right now, we're being educated on how Team Falcons has been able to maintain this game on a defensive lineup to protect Super Marco. That's the game plan. And it's interesting too, because Haji, the way he's activating this playstyle on the Solilia, is he's just enough to go ahead and whittle down the health bars, and even having a Lantern himself, he's hurting these tankier members of Team Liquid.
Yeah, and with JP going down, Sanford going down really quick, there's not enough time for Teddy to do Teddy things on this Freya. This is one of the difficult things about the Freya come into the late game. Yeah, she really hurts, but so does the marksman that you're trying to take down. And as long as Falcons keep their formation tight and keep protecting Marco, they should be able to coast. This is going to be, again, another long game. As we've discussed, the potential of that happening over and over again with Fredrn making a big comeback for this series.
And it's just poetic, because Haji also flourished in the macro-centric era.
Yeah, that's why I said it feels like I'm watching Haji back with Blacklist. How many times have we seen Blacklist in the past where it's like, oh, they're losing the early game, the other team's getting everything.
Yeah.
Nope, you get the Lord, but we get you guys, we're getting bodies, and we get your tower and base. Then we'll play this defensive tool that for some reason you just cannot go up against.
That was also Team Falcons though, like when they were even previously Falcons AP Bren, and when they were AP Bren,
yeah,
like they master the macro level of gameplay. You know, I think that was a big point of why they even were able to win a world championship for M5. So you can see them, they're setting up around this Lord, they've got this dance figured out. TL, do they want to approach this? Teddy is swinging up here, quarter health.
Okay, Ogwin comes through, clashing with that dragon, and Kyle secures. The fight continues. Flat with the winter crown, the freeze, Fatal Link, Super Marco still throwing him out, taking down Cloud easy, and he takes down Sanford. It's all about Marco, baby, as he serves up a kill to Haji. Down goes Teddy, Kyle gets him, and now Ogwin man-to-man defense with the Lone Stallion. How does this keep happening?
It looks like Falcons have found their new code!
They're inside the base. They're storming the core. Falcons even out the score 2-2 against the defending champions.